Well, I don't remember that exactly. I do remember when I was quite young, and I think maybe this is 1953, which would have made me 6, 1964, 65 in that time. Memorial Day was a big day at our house, sort of the beginning, the calendar beginning of summer, if not the actual beginning of summer. And we would always cook out, and we would have the race on the radio, and we just listened to it. I mean, it was automatic. It was like Santa coming Christmas Eve. The Memorial Day, you'd listen to the race. And that's when I first became intrigued by it, and I guess that would have been when I first heard about the Speedway. And I can remember just climbing a tree, and blaring all over the neighborhood was the Motor Speedway broadcast, Sid Collins and his friends of the Indianapolis 500. So it's hard to remember not having it as part of my life, and the same for my family. And I think certainly it seemed like everybody in the neighborhood, and I guess that would hold true for everybody in the city and the state. And I think with most sports, if you think about it, it's the sound, you know, like the sound of a baseball hitting a catcher's glove, or the sound of the hockey sticks on the ice slapping a puck around. It's the sound that first gets your attention and stays with you. And that's what I remember, was the sound more than the visual of the place. I mean, it's like walking into the Colosseum in Rome, but what I remember most specifically was the sound of the engine just echoing off the nearly empty grandstands, and that gets your attention. And I remember, I think when Bill Bukovic died, I think I remember listening to that on the radio, and dying as a previous winner, feeling the necessary emotion, although there was no connection other than just, here was a name I heard on the radio as part of the race coverage, but you know, taking it hard. You know, I seem to remember almost every driver from that era on, the early guys, and they just became part of the experience of springtime in Indiana, which in and of itself was a huge accomplishment, because in those days the winters could be pitiful. So when it finally got to be April and May, and the grass turned green, and the breeze was warm, that association is also powerful.